It has been a long day, and believe me, I don't want to do this. I'd rather go home. But this is for you, not me. Gianna, and this is a typical thing they do on the ACT. They'll have one problem and three or four that depend upon it. So here we've got something simple from geometry, probably. Gianna is converting a 12 by 15-foot room in her house to a craft room. By the way, I personally would not read any of this text if I was taking the ACT. Gianna will install tile herself, but will have CC installations build and install the cabinets. The scale drawing below, boy, I'm tired. The scale drawing shown below displays the location of the cabinets in the craft room. And it says a quarter of an inch represents 2 feet, as though you would have a ruler, but it is to scale. Cabinets will be installed along one of the 12-foot walls from floor to ceiling, and 4 cabinets that are each 3 feet tall will be installed in the middle of the room. These are the only cabinets that will be installed, and each of them will be 2 feet wide and 2 feet deep. Installations has given Gianna an estimate of $2,150 for building and installing the cabinets. All right, what do we got here? A 15-foot wall is how many inches long in the scale drawing? So they said that it was 0.25 inch per 2 foot. All right, so I've got to figure out, and again, I'm old school. I've got to figure out how many times 2 enters 15. Obviously, you'll have a calculator, but it's 7.5. Last I checked. All right, so I take 7.5 and I multiply it by 0.25. 5 times 5 is 25, carry the 2. 5 times 7 is 35, add the 2, 37. I wish I'd left myself some more room here. But I got that 375. Now I got to do 2 times 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 2 times 7 is 14. Oh, no, I forgot something. Got to put that underneath. 2 times 7 is 14. Add the 1 is 5. And I add down. I get 5, 7, 8, 1. 1.875. Been a while since I've done the old long multiplication algorithm. Gianna will install tile on the portion of the floor that will not be covered by cabinets. What is the area in square feet of the portion of floor that will not be covered by cabinets? Let's see here. This entire wall is cabinets, okay? Now, by the way, the whole room is 15 by 12, which is 180 square foot. These cabinets are 24 square foot. That's 2 times 12. And what do they talk about the inside here? 4 cabinets that are each 3 foot tall will be installed in the middle of the room. Each of them will be 2 feet wide and 2 feet deep. So there's 4 cabinets here apparently. I guess they're just cabinets in the middle of the room. But there's 4 of them. So, you talk about each cabinet. It's 2 by 2. It's 4. There's 16 square foot taken up in the middle of the room, apparently. All right. So we've got, it looks like 40 square foot to cabinets. The whole room was 180. 180 minus 140 is 140 square foot of tile. So choice H. CC installations estimate consists of a $650 charge for labor plus a fixed charge per cabinet. The labor charge and the charge per cabinet remains the same for any number of cabinets built and installed. CC installations would give Gianna what estimate if the craft room were to have twice as many cabinets as Gianna is planning to have? So we have to figure out the cabinets she's going to have. And these cabinets were 2 by 2, if I remember right. 2 by 2. So it would take 6 here. So there's 6 cabinets. All right. There's 4 here. There's 10 cabinets now. So if we double it, we're going to have 20. So we're now going to have 20 cabinets. It's not going to be as simple as doubling our original estimate. You know, a lot of kids are going to pick E. A lot of kids are going to pick E. So let's see what it costs. Her total bill was $2,150. She's getting charged $650 plus a fixed charge per cabinet. So I take away the $650. It says labor is going to remain the same and the charge per cabinet is the same. So if I take away $650 from $2,150, I get $1,500. And that goes into 10 cabinets. All right, so each cabinet is $150. So what's going to happen here? That's 150 installed, right? Each cabinet's $150 installed. We're going to double it to 20. So 20 times 150 is 3,000. Then we're going to add that 650 labor charge, 3650. Choice D. Sorry I'm going so slow. I am wiped out. All right, which of the following is the graph of the region 1 is less than x plus y is less than 2 in the standard xy coordinate plane? I bet 90% of all students who take the ACT miss this question because it's got that blasted alligator eating the bigger fish. Here's what you do. You write 2 equations. 1 is less than x plus y, and x plus y is less than 2. It's a compound inequality. All right. And then you solve for y. We're going to take this x and move it over. Negative x plus 1 is less than y. That should look familiar to you. That is mx plus b. So I'm looking for a graph that has a y-intercept at 1, and it's not f, because the y-intercept is at negative 1 or 2. It's not f. That one's got a y-intercept at 1. That one's got a y-intercept at 1. This one down here does not. It's not h. All right? This one does not have an intercept at 1. It's not k. So just by knowing how to write the 2 equations and convert to mx plus b, I'm sitting pretty at 50-50. All right, what's my other equation? My other equation, if I solve for y, is that y is less than negative x plus 2. So now I'm looking for something that has a y-intercept at 2. That I've already marked off. Well, this one's got it. This one's got it. Well, that didn't gain me a whole lot, did it? But I have my slopes. If I can read my handwriting, they're both negative. This is increasing. That's positive slope. These are negative. So even if I didn't understand the shading, I didn't have to know the shading. I had to understand y equals mx plus b. It is right, by the way. That is saying shade below. That one is saying shade above, because we're eating the output. All right, what is the difference between the mean and the median of the set? I am not a mean teacher because I am above average. It's average. You know, there is a ridiculous amount of people in this world who cannot find the average of things. But I'm going to take all the numbers, I'm going to add them together. There's 4 of them, so I'm going to divide by 4. All right. 3 and 8 makes 11. Add 15, you're 26. You get 36 over 4, and you get 9. That is your mean. And the median. Been a while since we talked about median. The median is the middle. And there's the middle. This thing doesn't have a true middle. Maybe you remember that when there was an even number you had to add 2. So my median is 8 plus 10. There's 2 of them over 2. It's also 9. There is 0 difference in this set between the median and the mean. 38, which of the following describes a true relationship between the functions f of x is x minus 3 squared plus 2, and g of x is 1/2 x plus 1 graph below in the standard xy coordinate plane? This right here is absolute nonsense. Inverse means opposite function. This dude squares. The opposite function would have a square root symbol. So the inverse would involve a square root symbol. So there you go. That's something you throw away. It'll get picked. Choice F says f of x is equal to g of x at exactly 2 values of x. And by the way, this is your parabola. That's f of x, and the line is g of x. And that's true. At these 2 points, the output is the same for f of x and g of x. They are. I'm just going to go through the rest of it. For f of x is equal to g of x at exactly 1 value, that's false. There's 2 of them. F of x is less than g of x for all of x. That's only from here to here. This little region here that I have my pen is where we're less, so that's not true. F of x is greater than g of x. That's not true either, because it says for all. There's 2 places where it is, and there's a place where it isn't. For most of x. That is the ACT, and that is all I have in me right now. I might do some other stuff, but I kind of want to be done.